Welcome to our channel, T News 9 today. We're re-diving into one of the most brilliant military maneuvers in history, Hannibal's legendary victory at the Battle of Cannae. Picture this, it's 216 BC, the fate of ancient empires hangs in the balance. On one side, you have the mighty Roman Republic, fielding a colossal army of over 80,000 soldiers. They are disciplined, confident, and fighting on their home turf. On the other side, Hannibal Barca of Carthage, an audacious general who has just crossed the Alps with his army, including his famous war elephants. He's outnumbered, with only about 50,000 men. The odds are stacked against him. Everyone expected a swift Roman victory. The two armies meet on the plains of Cannae in southern Italy. The Roman commanders, confident in their superior numbers, decide on a classic straightforward attack. They plan to punch right through the center of Hannibal's line and shatter his army. Simple, brutal, and effective, or so they thought. Hannibal, however, was no ordinary general. He was a master of psychology and strategy. Knowing he couldn't win a direct slugfest, he devised a plan of sheer genius. He arranged his infantry in a crescent shape, with the center bulging forward towards the Romans. Crucially, he placed his weakest troops, the Gauls and Iberians, right in the middle of this crescent. His most seasoned veterans, the African infantry, were held back on the flanks. As the battle began, the massive Roman legions surged forward, just as Hannibal predicted. They slammed into the Carthaginian center. The weaker troops in the middle began to slowly give way, bending backward under the immense pressure. To the Romans, it looked like they were winning. They were breaking the enemy line. They pushed harder and deeper, pouring more and more soldiers into the gap, smelling blood and an easy victory. But this was all part of Hannibal's trap. As the Roman center advanced, the crescent shape of Hannibal's line inverted. It became a pocket while the Roman infantry was being drawn further and further into this pocket. Something decisive was happening on the wings. Hannibal's superior cavalry, led by his brother Hasdrubal, smashed the Roman cavalry on both flanks and drove them from the field. With the Roman cavalry gone, Hannibal's horsemen were free. They didn't chase the fleeing Romans. Instead, they wheeled around and charged into the rear of the Roman infantry, which was still bogged down fighting Hannibal's center. At the same time, Hannibal's elite African infantry, who had been waiting patiently on the flanks, pivoted inward and attacked the Romans from both sides. Suddenly, the trap was sprung. The massive Roman army was completely encircled, hemmed in from the front, the back, and both sides. They were packed so tightly they could barely lift their arms to swing their swords. What followed was not a battle, but a slaughter. The Carthaginians methodically cut down the trapped Romans for hours. It was a scene of unimaginable carnage. By the end of the day, Rome had suffered its most catastrophic defeat ever. Tens of thousands of its finest soldiers lay dead. Cannae became a byword for military disaster in Rome. But for military historians, it remains the pinnacle of tactical brilliance, a perfect double envelopment. It's a testament to how a clever mind can overcome brute force, and why Hannibal Barca is still remembered as one of the greatest military commanders of all time.